I thought this clip was pretty telling because it was on illegal immigration, and you're going to have this guy who I guess is I don't know if he's a legal immigrant or if he's an actual U.S. citizen. I'm not sure, but he supposedly works in the criminal justice field. Then you're going to have the gentleman who is a dreamer. Parents brought him over here when he was 12 years old, and there is no formal way for him to become a U.S. citizen because they have not created a path to citizenship. Now, he was a minor when he was brought here, so that's not his fault. So, you know, how do you handle something like that? Obviously, the answer is you create a path for a legalization. And then you're going to have the mother of a man that was killed by an illegal immigrant. So obviously, you know that you know, she's all for getting rid of pretty much everybody. So I want to play this clip, but the thing that caught me was this gentleman's lack of thought, actually, to the entire situation. Now, he ends up basically talking about criminals, but he gave no thought to an illegal immigrant who's never been in trouble. And his answer at the end absolutely troubles me, and it makes me think, you know, some of these people that deal with illegal immigration really haven't thought things through, and especially people who are of Hispanic descent. Listen to the clip, watch the clip, and you know, you decide for yourself which end of the argument you feel has the most merit.
For more on this, I'm joined by Juan Hernandez, a Latino Trump supporter, Jose Antonio Vargas, who's founder of Define American, and Laura Wilkerson, whose son Josh was killed by an illegal. Thank you all so much for being here. Let me start with you, Laura, because you know, you're in this arena where I think most of the folks here may see the issue as you do. You know, you want a harder stance on illegal immigration, and you're sitting next to Jose, who is himself an admitted undocumented immigrant. But I mean, is it hard to look at him and say, I want you kicked out? You know, I want the Trump plan that would lead to you being removed.
I think if you're not a United States citizen, you don't have a seat at the table, regardless, especially where you're making laws. You just don't have a seat at the table. You know, we have to remember families like my own. And I first want to thank Maria Espinoza at the Remembrance Project, we've created a national foundation, and Donald Trump said he would implement that for our families. There's nothing to help the families who are devastated like our families are.
So what do you make of it? You know, you hear stories like Laura's where her son Josh was killed, and you can understand the fire.
Oh, of course.
Fire over it.
I'm really sorry about that. But you know, you're right, by the way. I don't have a seat at the table. My faith in the 11 million people like us are at the mercy of Congress people, Congress members who haven't done anything. And you know what's really interesting listening to all of this is we haven't even talked about the fact that President Obama has deported more than 2 million immigrants in the past 7 years. That's more than any other president in modern history. I have no say over what's going to happen to me. Right now, the Republican platform says, get rid of all of us. I mean, that's the size of Ohio.
But it's not up to Congress to do something. It's up to you to get in line and become an American citizen. It's not up to them to solve any problems. There is a law, needs to be enforced. Close the borders, enforce current law, and welcome to America if you come in the front door.
Actually, man, there's no line for me to get in the back of. That's what we need for something to happen. I'll be here 23 years next month. There's no process.
And you've had plenty of time.
Well, there's no process.
Yes, there is.
I mean, if there was a process, I would have already done it.
He was brought here by his parents.
When I was 12.
Right, so he didn't come voluntarily.
I didn't come voluntarily, and I didn't come from Mexico. You know, actually...
Oh, and Mexico has no bearing on it. I mean, it's legal or illegal. It has no bearing on color, race, or where you're from.
Well,
all right, see, and that's the problem, and a lot of people don't understand it. You got children that have been here for, you know, that are now adults that were brought here when they were children. There's no process for them to get right as far as getting on, quote unquote, a line in order to become a citizen. There's no process there. As soon as they declare, they legally should be deported. The only thing that's keeping all of these people of this gentleman's age here is the fact that Obama used executive powers to create DAMA and DACA, which basically saves kids that came here at a certain age and the families of those kids. But it's a year-by-year ongoing process with a 2-year sunset, so that when Obama leaves office, the longest that any of the people like this gentleman here would be able to legally stay in the country before the executive order sunsets would be 2 years. And this lady doesn't understand that. And to be honest with you, I don't expect that she would. I don't think that she's well-versed in what's going on with immigration, and is solely concentrating on the fact that an illegal immigrant killed her son, and so she's on the bandwagon against all illegal immigrants, and you can understand why.
Thank you for saying that, but just so you know, the fastest growing and documented population are actually Asian people. So when Trump talks about the border and building that wall, I don't know what.
So Jose, I understand your problem that you're identifying, but what about Laura's problem? And I mean, sympathy is nice, but they want it to stop, and they see the best way of stopping, future murders by illegal immigrants is to keep them out of the country and throw them out of the country.
Well, we don't want murderers, right? Like, I don't understand how people can just go back in and out, in and out, in and out. I haven't left this country since I was 12. I've been here since I can't leave, right? So I agree with this idea of making sure that people just don't come in and out, in and out, in and out. But this is where we need to figure out, what are we going to do with all the people here? The majority of polls have said, the American public, including the Republicans, have said that the majority of them believe that there should be a path for legalization for somebody like me.
What do you think of that, Laura? Do you favor any sort of path to legalization?
Just coming in the right way. Get in line and come in and tell us who you are. We've a right to know who's in this country. So that's the only thing I believe. They put themselves in harm by coming here.
What about people like Jose who didn't?
Well, his parents should be held accountable for that.
See, now that's a stupid statement, because he's the one that's, that is illegal. So how are you going to hold his parents accountable? You can hold them accountable for themselves, but he's an adult now, so you can't hold the parents accountable for him. Something has to be done in order to rectify his situation, which means a pathway to legalization or citizenship. And she's just not getting it.
My opinion that your parents should be held accountable for that, and then you've had long enough to get in line. I mean, you think.
Let me ask one, because
she keeps coming back to getting in line. They keep telling her there is no line. Now this guy at the end, Juan, I don't get his last comments, but anyway, here we go.
He's a Donald Trump supporter. You see the issue, right? I mean, they're not going to agree. And the American people haven't done a very good job of agreeing either. Is this an issue? You're a Donald Trump supporter. Do you support him on this issue?
I do support him on this issue. I work in the criminal justice field, and so I see repeat offenders that are happening. And it's like, if you're here undocumented and you're here illegally, if you're here illegal and you're here undocumented, if you get into the criminal justice system, then you go back. And then if you come in, if you get arrested, then you go back. I mean, I see it repeatedly. They arrest him and they just let him go like another legal citizen.
What about people like Jose who haven't been breaking additional law? He hasn't done anything illegal.
But to me, it's still we have to use resources in the right way, right? And so if we have people, you're not just one person. If it was just one person, and then it was just one person, that'd be fine. But it's multiple people. You have someone who's undocumented, and you have someone who's undocumented, and you have someone who's undocumented.
I gotta go, but I have to ask.
See, and he didn't have an answer for that question, and he damn sure is going to have the wrong answer for this one.
Quickly, would you still support Donald Trump as a Latino, despite the comments he made about the Hispanic judge?
I do, because I wouldn't want someone on there who I feel have biases on me. If they go to the court, there's both the public defender and both.
Based simply on their heritage, you could deduce that they were against you.
If I would, yeah, I agree with that.
So he just said, based simply on someone's heritage, that he could determine that they were biased against him. See, that's when you get that's Fox, because this guy's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot. To say that you can base or know what's in somebody's heart just solely based on their ethnic or their heritage, because the judge was an American, okay? He was born in the Midwest, but because he's got a Spanish surname, Donald Trump, and I guess this guy believes that that judge would be biased against Trump. Makes absolutely no sense. That's why you have some really stupid people or uninformed people or ignorant people that they bring up on these shows, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about half the time.